Harsha Rajasimha, founder of Jeeva Clinical Trials, genomics data scientist by training, postdoctoral research experience at NIH, FDA, and a rare dad and a patient advocate for last 14 years. Uh, been on a journey to ensure 95% of the rare diseases that don't have any treatment options should have an approved treatment within the next few years. With all the advances in AI, genomics, and other technologies, the potential is enormous, but we got to cross the bridge of adoption and implementing, bringing all these technologies in a way that helps streamline drug development. And that's what inspired me to start Jiva about 7 years ago. The principal investigators who were used to designing and writing these clinical trial protocols mostly leveraged centralized clinical trial models where patients were expected to go into a clinic or hospital every single visit during a clinical trial. And because of the pandemic, there was a forced adoption of remote home-based uh, participation and engagement of patients wherever in-person visit to the hospital was not deemed as critical or necessary and can be avoided. There are multiple problems across the end to end, but it all begins with the protocol. When we went out and did customer discovery, many of the sponsors told us the biggest challenge is protocol complexity. Of course, patient recruitment and retention is a side effect of not designing the protocol right and making it overly complex, but also not avoiding known errors and known mistakes that have been already made in the past. So what we are, the way we are approaching that is front load the clinical development and trial design with all the intelligence from more than 500,000 past clinical trials to help avoid all the costly mistakes that have already been made. We we need to enroll a new patient from the beginning and capture all the data all over again, which extends the entire trial timelines, which means tens or hundreds of millions of dollars of extra cost and risk involved. So essentially, the way we approach this is with Clintelligence delivering the front-loaded AI intelligence. The rest of it requires all the nuts and bolts in one centralized unified platform.